Na 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 na. Na 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 na.
What happened, Tani? Why are you sad?
Because I'm ugly.
What? You're not ugly. You're cute and perfect. Who said you're ugly?
Nobody, but I feel I am. I'm ugly and furry and purple. Why can't I look like you, Kashmira Di?
Yes, you are round, furry, and purple. But that's what makes you special, Tani. As a matter of fact, there's no one like you.
No, I'm ugly.
No, you aren't ugly. Okay, Tani, why don't I tell you a story? Post that, you can decide.
Okay.
Story time!
Once upon a time, in the jungles of Chandanvan, there lived a crow called Kalu. He was black as the night. His feathers were shiny black in color. He had bright black eyes, deep as charcoal, and a sharp, shiny black beak. Kalu had one dream, that he wanted to be the most beautiful bird in the whole jungle. So he used flower nectar to keep his feathers shiny. He used neem sap as face pack. But no matter what he did, he always stayed black. And that often became the reason for other birds to ridicule him, who often mocked him and teased him. Kalu, Kalu, black as the coal. Tippy the peacock often cracked jokes on him. Hey Kalu, you look exceptionally beautiful today. Did you take a bath in tar? Tired and saddened by constant teasing, Kalu flew away from his nest. He reached the bank of Chandanvan river and sat on the branch of a tree. He wept pitifully. Why, God, why? Why have you made me so black? Why can't I be as beautiful as the other birds? Please, God, help me. As Kalu stood there and cried, all of a sudden he noticed a swan, Whitey, swimming gleefully in the water. She was white as milk, her cheeks rosy as the juiciest of apples, and her beak orange as the bright orange sun. Looking at the swan, Kalu got an idea. Whitey is the fairest bird in the entire jungle. Maybe I'm doing it all wrong. Why don't I follow what she does, and surely enough I'll become as fair as her in no time. Happy with his newfound idea, Kalu croaked in delight, and without wasting any time he set out on his mission to live like a swan. So Kalu left his home and came down to the river to live like the swan did. The swan swims in the water the entire day. Perhaps that's how her feathers got washed and she became white. So Kalu tried swimming in the water, but he began to drown. Somehow at the last minute he managed to save himself. Maybe swimming is a bad idea, but I certainly can wash myself over and over again. He then started to wash himself from the time the sun rose and continued washing himself till it set. He washed and washed and washed himself again and again in order to become white. But that did not change the color of his feathers. A worried Kalu then looked at the swan eating the weed that grew in the lake and thought, maybe swimming alone is of no help. Mom used to say the diet you take makes your body. I should also eat what the swan eats. With that thought in his mind, Kalu now started eating the weed just as the swan did. But the weed he ate did not agree with his stomach. Slowly as the days passed, he became thinner and thinner and started losing his feathers one by one. The constant bathing gave him fever. But Kalu refused to give up and continued his way. One bright summer day, when swimming in the river, Whitey heard some noise coming from the reeds. Seems like someone is in pain. Why don't I go and check? Thinking that, Whitey swam closer to the source of the sound. But then when she looked closer, Whitey was shocked beyond belief. What she found in the reed was Kalu lying frail and sick beyond recognition. Seeing Kalu's state, Whitey rushed to help him. She touched his forehead and found out that he was running very high temperature. Whitey was a kind-hearted swan, So she spent the next few days nurturing and taking care of Kalu. And in no time, Kalu was back in his original state. He was filled with gratitude for all that Whitey had done for him. Thank you so much, Whitey. Had it not been for you, I would have never recovered. Whitey patted Kalu affectionately and said, Please do not thank me, dear Kalu. I merely did what I could do to a fellow bird. But what I don't understand is how did you land here? Kalu, now embarrassed, narrated his entire ordeal to Whitey. Hearing Kalu's tale, Whitey was surprised. You put yourself through all of this pain to become like me? Well, to be honest, I'm the one who always envied you. I always looked at your shiny black feathers and I hoped I had them too. Look at me. I'm so pale and white. Your beak is so sharp and shiny and mine's so flat. I roam about in the sun all day, all year long to get a little color on me. As Whitey continued speaking, a realization started spreading its wings inside Kalu's heart. He began to weep when he realized how foolish he has been. Seeing his tears, Whitey was surprised. Oh, why are you crying, dear friend? Kalu, now controlling his tears, looked at Whitey and said, The truth is that we both have been foolish. I always thought you are beautiful and you always admired me. To be honest, I have now understood that we both are different and we both are beautiful and unique in our own ways. And it's vain of us to be wanting to change ourselves. As Kalu explained what he finally understood, Whitey nodded in acceptance. And at the end, the two birds made promises to each other that never again for anyone or anything they would ever want to change a thing about themselves. As God made them different and in their own ways, they both were beautiful and just perfect.
So what did you learn from the story?
That you, me, my friends, God has made all of us different and we are beautiful in our own ways.
Correct. So will you call yourself ugly again?
Not at all. I'm round and stout and furry and bright. I'm purple and just sort of right. All these things make me Tani. Isn't that right?
Absolutely right. So kids, Tani and I will be back next week with a brand new story on your favorite show Kilkaria, where the stories may be ours but imagination is yours. Right?
But wait, don't forget to like and subscribe.
That's right. Bye.